It was the 2017 conference on tackling child sexual abuse with the theme Asserting Justice and Support for Sexually Abused Children. Present are lawyers, NGOs, school teachers, and students who are the major stakeholders in the subject of discourse. In her paper titled The Role of Media in Assessing Justice and Support for Sexual Abused Children in Nigeria, the MD AIT feels the media has more to do in this advocacy.
In his well-researched study of the role of the media in the prevention of sexual abuse, a forensic psychiatric doctor, Dr. Helder Molden, listed the role of the media to include the following. Media often expose and define social issues. Media profile traumatic experiences to draw public attention. They act as agents of positive change by leading crusade to generate solutions for identified societal problems and putting pressure on policymakers to fashion positive and concrete policies. The media informs, they educate, and they raise awareness on the social problems, new perspectives, and need to agonize but organize on the way out. Not to agonize but organize on the way out. The media influences the society, understanding and positive approaches on policy directions.
While giving their speeches, these stakeholders say institutions saddled with responsibilities of addressing the menace of child sexual abuse has failed, hence the need for them to wake up to their responsibilities.
Now, there's a high threshold for violence in Nigeria. Violence is very acceptable. There are no systemic approaches to countering violence in Nigeria, particularly sexual violence. So when you walk into a hospital, it's at the discretion of the hospital if to report that you've been sexually violated or not. It's the discretion of the police person you meet at the station to decide if you have a case or not. It's the discretion of the school principal who needs to keep a science teacher to decide if you have a case or not. No wonder our tertiary institutions break what is left of the children who passed 18 and make sure that the 4 years they spend within their walls, they don't go away innocent like they came in. Our institutions don't have protocols for responding to sexual violence.
I would advise, the society to give our children a chance, let us begin to report the crime. Report it as crime. It's not a family matter. Even if it's the father who is abusing the child, it's an uncle, it's a crime against the state. Our law enforcement need to be given the protocol that they need to walk. They need to be trained, because as it stands today, our law enforcement, those who are working in the area of children, juvenile delinquency and that, are people who see these places in the police as a dead end. They are put there and they are not motivated, they are not empowered. So how do we expect them to work? So to some extent, I really do not blame the policemen, because as one of our speakers have said, they are a reflection of what the society, the values that the society carries. So our law enforcement need to be trained. They need to have a specialized field where they can see themselves actually grow in the ranks, in the police force, by being wholly and totally dedicated to issues that have to do with children.
Conclusively, the need to domesticate the Child Rights Act in every state was re-echoed as tough legislation is needed to prevent sexual abuse. The act, if domesticated, will facilitate diligent prosecution of perpetrators, serve as a deterrent, and hopefully prevent the next person from falling victim.